sound test mic. Hey, what's up, guys? Learning with Rich here. So, for today's topic, let's continue our discussion about Dynamo. So, for this one, let's try to explore the user interface of Dynamo. So, before that, let me just show you where to download the Dynamo. Okay, so you just need to go to dynamobm.org/download slash. Okay, so this is where you go if you want to download and install the Dynamo. All right. So as of this moment, okay, so Dynamo has two flavors. So you have here Dynamo for Revit. The other one is Dynamo for Dynamo Studio. So they are both similar and nearly identical. So the key difference though is, of course, the Dynamo Studio is not free. The other one, the Dynamo for Revit, is free. Okay, but the key difference is that Dynamo for Revit runs like a plugin inside of Revit and contains a section of the node library specifically for interacting with Revit elements and data. While the other one, which is the Dynamo Studio, it runs independently of Revit or any other application. So in this course, we're going to use Dynamo for Revit. But you should be able to follow most of the examples in the exercise files with Dynamo Studio as well. But then again, this is the one that we are going to use, the free one, all right? So you just need to click the download here and then install it. So as you can see, the current version here is 2.0.1, all right? So after you install the Dynamo, okay, so in order for you to open your Dynamo for Revit, you'll need to begin inside a Revit project or a Revit family. Okay, so you will not be able to open your Dynamo for Revit if you are not inside a project or a family. That's why let us open a sample project. So let us open this one, sample architectural project. All right. Okay, so if you are running Revit 2016, okay, you'll find the Dynamo button under the add-ins here. Okay, but since I am using 2019, or if you are using Revit 2017 or later, you can find the add-ins for Dynamo on your Manage tab. So you go to Manage tab and then Visual Programming. You can see now there your Dynamo. Just click that one to launch the Dynamo. Okay, then Dynamo opens and displays, okay, the start page. So let us just maximize this first. So this is the start page wherein you can create a new Dynamo file. You can open a new Dynamo. You can open your Dynamo file, and you can also see here your recently opened Dynamo file. And at the right side, you can go to the forum here by clicking the link here, the discussion forum, which is an active community of Dynamo users who post questions and answers to problems that arise as they are working. So aside from that, you also have a link here that will directly take you to the dynamobim.com, right? So the Dynamo website. And so as we scroll down, okay, we can see here a shortcut to several sample files that ship with Dynamo. So once you install the Dynamo, you'll be able to have these sample files as well that you can practice with. So I highly encourage that you check this out. So while you are getting started to learn Dynamo, all right. So let's go ahead and click the new button here. Okay. So let's click this one to create a new home workspace. Okay. So here we are in a brand new Dynamo graph. Okay, so this is the interface you'll see while you are working in Dynamo. So across the top here, okay, so these are the windows, our menus, where we can do things like saving our graph and open or starting a new one under the file. So this is actually a basic one. You'll be able to see this in almost every software. So when you click the file, you'll be able to create a new one here. You'll be able to open, you'll be able to save as, blah, blah, blah. You can also go to edit here. So edit has a few features for keeping your workspace tidy, such as align, clean up your node layout, okay? And you can also go to your settings here to change options, change various settings and options, okay, on your settings. Okay, so below our menu bar, so this is, again, this is a basic icon. So which offers shortcuts to do things like creating a new graph, saving your work, opening your project, undo and redoing. Okay, so this is actually a basic icons that you can find in every software that you are using. Okay, so most of the Dynamo window is our node library on our left. Okay, so this is our node library. And then our workspace here on the right portion. So the node library is organized as a sort of tree structure. So as we click on titles, we see in the library, we can expand and collapse different levels of the library. All right, so at the top level of the library is organized into several different libraries. So some of these libraries that we have here are named after the type of data that its nodes function with. So for example, nodes that work with geometry or 3D modeling can be found in geometry. So if you're going to click that, so you'll be able to see here the nodes or the categories that you can use to create a geometry. All right. And nodes for interacting with Revit are found, of course, under the Revit. So as you can see, there's a Revit here. If you click that, you'll be able to see here categories that contains nodes that we can use to interact with Revit. And what else? So you also have here some input, all right? So input, like the basic here, date, time, location, object, and time span, okay? So if you're going to click on a library, it will open and show library categories, just like this one. When I click the input library, it will show you here some categories. Okay, so these are the categories, and this is more specific and descriptive names. If you're going to click again your categories, it will show you here subcategories. So we have the library, okay, and then you have the category of that library, which is like, for example, in my case, the input library. So I have the basic category, datetime category, location category, object category, and time span category, right? So like, for example, here on my Revit, so I have my Revit library, and then I have here my categories. Now, if you are going to click one category, like for example, here elements, if I click that one, so again, there are some categories here. So I'm going to click, for example, adaptive component category. So I'll be able to see now here all the nodes available under that subcategory. Okay, right. So within each category, okay, nodes are organized into three subcategories. So you have three categories here, subcategories. So you have this green, so you have the red, and then you have the blue. Okay, this color green here, every color green node that you are seeing, that is actually create. Okay, create. So this indicated by a green plus sign. So let's look for other create nodes. Like for example, geometry. Let us expand, let's say points. Let's say point here. All right, so as you can see, I have here green nodes. So these green nodes are create tools. Okay, so these nodes often create a new object or element. All right, so how about the color red? So every time you see a color red nodes, like for example, this one, add, as vector, project, prune duplicates, subtract. Okay, so these are action nodes. Okay, so as you can see, action node is an icon for red thunderbolt. So it tends to take an existing object or element as an input and modify it in some way. And finally, we have here the color blue question mark here, which is actually the query tools. Okay, query. So what's this? So this is our action tools. I mean the create tools. So we have the action tools and then we have the query tools. Okay, so which no, these are the nodes which usually extracts information about the object or element that you provide as an input. So these subcategories can be very helpful while you're still learning your way around Dynamo. So chances are you'll need to create, you need to modify or query something. And hopefully that something coincides with the name of the library or the category. So clicking on a node will place an instance of that node into our workspace. Like for example, I'm going to click the bicartesian coordinates node. I'm going to click that one. So it will now be added to my uh, workspace here. Okay. And at the very bottom of our Dynamo window, which is this portion here, okay, all right, so this is what we call the execution bar. Okay, so this allows us to set how frequently Dynamo runs the algorithm that we are writing. So if we have set this to automatic, so it is automatic by default. So Dynamo runs the workflow anytime there's a change made in our workspace. Okay, so automatically it will run. Okay. Now, so if you're going to change the setting to manual by clicking the drop down arrow and then selecting the manual here, okay, it will display here a run button. And Dynamo will only run the workflow when we click on it. All right. So manual is pretty useful if your graph needs to process large amounts of data or writes a file to your computer, since this can take a few seconds or a few minutes to run. Okay, so basically this is the user interface of Dynamo. So as we move on our future videos, you'll be able to be familiarize yourself in the Dynamo user interface. Right, so again, this is our file menu. So you have here, this is our menu bar. So these are the toolbars. You can actually search here nodes. All right, so like for example, you can type coordinates. Okay, oops, sorry. Yeah, so coordinates. So it will show you here all the nodes for the coordinates that has something to do with coordinates. So you can also use that one. So this one is pretty useful. So all you have to do is to type. Okay, and then after that, you have here your libraries. Okay, so if you click your library, it will show you here some nodes that is grouped into three categories. Color green nodes, the plus, okay, it means that is a create node. So when you say so when you see a red thunderbolt icon, so these are the nodes to action, okay, action nodes. And then the question mark here is the query nodes. All right. So that's it for our user interface. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, just put it on the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay. So on our next video, let's try to start placing and connecting nodes. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.